What's up everybody, Godzilla Fan 17 here, back with another video review. And today we will be reviewing the 2002 SH Monsterarts Godzilla. And the background might look a little different because the lighting outside it's kind of gloomy outside, gloomy and rainy, so it might affect the background of the video a little bit because normally when I do reviews it kind of be sunny. So anyways, on to the review. So this figure came out, let me scoot this chair back a little bit. This figure came out about almost a year ago, so I am kind of late. There's a lot of reviews you can see of this figure online, so I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this figure before, but then again, like, I still want to put my review out there on the figure. I've seen a whole bunch of reviews on this figure, and I've seen people who don't like the figure, people who do like the figure, people who got mixed emotions about it, and there's actually a lot of bad versions of the figure that's out. And my figure is actually pretty perfect. It has perfect eyes, perfect gums. Like, the gums are not bleeding on the teeth. Like, everything is basically, my figure is very perfect. So I had the little mini tanks. They well, they're not tanks, but they didn't even come with this figure. They came with another figure. So anyways, the box box has a nice picture of the figure on the front. It says SH Monsterarts Godzilla 1962. His neck kind of look a little bit too long, if you want to be honest, but it's still a nice box. On the side, nothing much. Back, you got some nice images of the figure and some good poses. You got SH Monsterarts Kiryu right here, which I do not have, sadly. But excuse me, there go, always burping every time I do a review. But nah, and there go another picture of the figure. So this is a very cool box. Now let's get the box out the way. So looking at the figure straight on, the figure just looks very amazing. Don't mind that Pop-Tart box in the background. But no, the figure looks very amazing. As I was saying, my figure is basically flawless. Like, the eyes on both sides, my bad if my camera not really focusing. The eyes on both sides of my figure are pretty amazing. They both looking like, basically they looking in the same direction. Like, one is not looking off to the side. I'm trying to get my camera to focus. It's not really focusing for real today. Well, one eye is not looking off to the side or looking anywhere else. They both staring at basically the same area, so that's pretty cool. As I said, the teeth on mine, the gums are not bleeding, as you can see. It's not bleeding onto the teeth. It's not all messed up. I seen this one review on this figure. Oh my god, the gums were horrible. And I'm just so happy. Like, I waited so long to get this figure. I feel like because I waited so long, I probably got like a good version. I don't know. But man, the gums on that figure that I seen, it was very bad. So I'm just very thankful I got a good version. I got some good eyes on my figure. His eyes are, you can't really see it from this point of view, but his eyes are not all messed up, basically. Only problem I do have with mine is this arm. Or is it this one? It's this one. This arm is very loose. Very loose for some reason, but it's not really that much big of a deal. And another problem, another little small issue I have with this figure is getting his mouth to open up. It's very hard, but as you can see, I just got it to open up. But it can be hard at times, and when it's fully open, it looks very weird. So I would suggest probably having it like that if you want to display it with the mouth open. But it also has, like, some people's figures have messed up claws. The claws on mine are painted very well. My camera do not want to focus today for whatever reason. So yeah, the claws on my figure is painted very well. His toenails are also painted very well. They're not different colors or nothing like that. Like, you got the black going into the brownish color on both feet. So and then it's the same thing with the claws on both hands. You got black fading off into the brownish fingernails. So that's pretty cool. Why is my camera not focusing? There we go. That looked beautiful. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And as you can see with the what I was talking about with the fingernails. And his teeth are a nice, pretty decent color too. Not completely white, not completely yellow. How it should be is in between. So yeah, this is basically, if you want this, like if you had like plans of getting this figure and you see all the bad reviews of it, of how it has a lot of flaws, or just a lot of flaws basically, this is what you would want. Like, you wouldn't want one that's messed up with bleeding gums or messed up claws or toenails or anything like that. So this is what you would basically want your SH Monsterarts Godzilla 2002 to look like. So anyways, let's finish off details. So detail on his spines are very amazing. Look at his wiggly arm. But now details on his spines are very amazing. They're like a blackish color, and it fades off into a bluish gray, and that just looks very, very beautiful. Like, oh my god, the spines, the texture to the spines just feels so amazing too. Texture all over his body is just so amazing. You see all the bumps on both sides of his body, bumps on his leg, his kneecaps, his chest. His chest is detailed very well too. You see his neck. His neck hit. Godzilla 2002 and Godzilla 2000 are known to have that weird neck, but I love it. I've seen a few people who did reviews on it say they don't really like the way the neck look, and I'm just like wow, like the neck is just, I feel like it's so different than what Godzilla neck usually look like, and I just love it. I love change sometimes. Change can be good, change can be bad, but in this form of Godzilla, the change of his neck design was pretty good. So detail on his tail is also pretty amazing too. When you get closer to the tip, it looks more like a whip, like he can whip you with his tail. So detail on his tail is pretty amazing too. Detail on the small spikes on his tail is also pretty amazing. Bottom of his tail, bottom of his feet, detailed pretty well as well. So this figure is detailed very amazing. You pull it a little bit closer, you see his head. He got an ear. He got 2 ears. His head is detailed very well. His teeth detailed very well. See if I can get that mouth back open. See how it want to be a pain in the butt. There we go. So get my camera to focus again. So he has a tongue. Tongue moves inside of the mouth. Detailed as well. Detailed pretty good as well. You see his nice menacing eye. More better now. On the other side, my camera acting like bullcrap. And this is the camera I always do my reviews with. So so yeah, that's detail on his face basically. They go like I was saying, his weak arm. I don't know why this arm is so weak. It's pretty disappointing. It falls off too, but it's not falling off right now. Hopefully I didn't jinx it. So on to articulation. So Godzilla can look. You can get him to look down about that far. You can probably, well, yeah, you can get him to look down about that far. You can get him to look up about that far. His arms, his hands rotate 360. Be careful, they might pop off, and getting them back on could be a pain in the butt. So his hands rotate 360. His arms, they can go like that. Or you can have him positioned like he would have him in a movie, like close together. But my arm, well, his left arm is pretty messed up. So yeah, his arms, let me see, what else can they do? They can go out. You can have him like he's about to reach for something or whatever. But I just like to have it positioned like that. Just seems more like how Godzilla will have his arms positioned. His feet, they also rotate as well. His legs, they rotate. As you all know, I don't like to rotate my figures too much because I don't like to loosen up their joints in any type of way. So this is SH Monsterarts, so of course he's going to be able to rotate many types of ways. His tail is probably one of the best SH Monsterarts tails we've ever gotten. Like, it rotates so well. You can get it in so many good positions and so many good angles. You can have it up if you prefer to have Godzilla's tail up. You can have it down. You can have it curved to the side. It's such an amazing tail. So that's pretty cool as well. But if you like Godzilla's tail to be standing upright like me, then you'll have a position up most of the time. So that's basically articulation for this figure. Articulation on him is very, very, very amazing. Detail on him is very amazing as well. Godzilla 2000 is one of my favorite suits, even though this is not Godzilla 2000, this is Godzilla 2002, but it is pretty close to the Godzilla 2000 design. So I adore this figure and I adore this design so much. So this figure did not come with any accessories, of course, which sucks pretty bad, but I mean, it is what it is. But if you do have some previous accessories from older figures, older SH Monsterarts figures, then they will go pretty good with your with this Godzilla 2002. The little stand came off the base. So, I mean, it looks all right. It would have been cool if we got our little it would have been cool if it came with its own little atomic breath little piece. But I mean, what can you do about it? It is what it is. Hold on, let me fix his mouth. His mouth wants to be a pain in the butt. It almost look like he choking on his tongue. So as for sizing goes, here he is compared to the little tanks I had earlier. Well, they're not tanks, but you guys know what I mean. So, yeah. But no, so I don't have a SH Monsterarts Kiryu, so here he is compared to the Bandai Movie Monster Series Kiryu, and this looks amazing. Godzilla 2002 is 55 meters. Kiryu is 60 meters, so this looks pretty good because this Bandai Kiryu is taller than this SH Monsterarts Godzilla. Alright, we're going to compare him to a few more SH Monsterarts figures. Here he is compared to the 1962 newly released SH Monsterarts Godzilla. And they look okay. They scale up pretty good because he's 55 and he's 50 meters. So they look pretty nice together. You can have them team up to fight some other monsters, I guess. Which figure I like more, that's a debate for another day. Here he is compared to the original SH Monsterarts first figure, the 1994 Godzilla, and they scale up pretty well. Of course, 94 Godzilla is 100 meters, so he'd be towering over 2002 Godzilla. But they still compare, I mean, they still look pretty good together. I always say that the SH Monsterarts, I always say that the 2002 Godzilla design looks a lot like a updated 90s Godzilla. So these two scale up together pretty well. And last but not least, here he is compared to SH Monsterarts Shin Godzilla, and Shin Godzilla just towers over him. Shin Godzilla is 118 meters. 2002 Godzilla is 55, so I guess it makes sense. So yeah, Shin Godzilla just pretty much towers over him. So anyways, that was my review on the SH Monsterarts 2002 Godzilla. It's a nice figure. I suggest it to any fan of the 2002 design. I suggest it to any Godzilla fan, period. So, hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Peace out.